Hello Pisces, and welcome to a little bonus general tarot guidance for the last bit of September from the 20th through to the 30th, although it might go in a little bit into October. But there's a lot of very powerful energy, especially this next week. So I wanted to do a little bonus reading to see how that energy is impacting and affecting each of the 12 signs. So I've added all 12 of you to the playlist for September. I'll link them up at the end if you want to check out your other placements. But this is good for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross-watching. It's tea and tarot time with Julie. Grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever it is you want. Let's have a little look what is going on for my Pisces for the rest of September, please. Thank you so much. What is the guidance? Thank you. Okay. We got the Four of Coins with the Six of Wands. Tell me more for my Pisces, please. We're just going to have 6 cards. I'm making these quite short, okay? All right, we've got the King of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Tower, and the Hanging Man. Okay, right. See, this is why I wanted to do these readings for you, for everybody, because this eclipse is very, very powerful on the 21st. Then we move into the equinox, autumn, spring, depending where you are, on the 22nd and into Libra season. Then we've got something shifting, I think it's Venus on the 23rd. Then there's some big conjunction on the 24th. There's a lot of information, okay? I had Patty from Willow Grace Astrology on Friday on our weekly collective because I wanted to dive into it for you and understand a bit more. But it's all about what needs to fall away, what is no longer serving us, because we are ready to upgrade, improve, graduate to the next phase. That's what's going on. So I'm not surprised to see the Tower. I'm not surprised to see, you know, the Death card, the changing cards. We're in this changing energy. Let's have a look at the focus. What's the focus, please? Breathe. Just breathe. Take a deep breath, my beautiful people. Panicky not. Okay, take a deep breath. Let's get your affirmation. What's the most appropriate affirmation for my Pisces, please? Forgiveness. All right, that's interesting. Who or what do you need to forgive, or do you, well, you don't need to do anything, but what might be helpful for you? It says, I choose forgiveness. I forgive all and align with harmony and balance. When we're ending one phase, before we start the next phase, we tend to have a little kind of review, don't we? We do this on New Year's Eve, don't we? Look back over the previous year before we step into the brand new year. Well, an eclipse is a little bit like that. The old energy is out. You know, how's it been? You know, who's annoyed me? Who do I need to forgive? Who do I choose to forgive, including myself? You know, I shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have done that. You know, all of those. You know, the eclipse we had 2 weeks ago in your sign, that might have impacted you quite hard. It might have been a punch in the gut, or it might have been something amazing. But these eclipses, these, you know, 2 weeks apart, they are powerful. Okay, so I want you to breathe. Take a deep breath. If you found that you've been triggered, poked, prodded over the last few weeks, as we come into the end of September now, this is the guidance for my Pisces. Forgive all and align with harmony and balance. Okay? And then I can breathe. Because, excuse me, I've done 6 readings today. My voice is starting to go. When we are in the energy of angst and hostility, we're so off balance, we're so out of kilter, it hits us in the gut, we feel terrible. Ugh, it's horrible. So if we can step into that forgiveness, and even if you can't forgive other people involved, forgive yourself for not being able to forgive them. Okay, just going, right, look, I'm coming into harmony and balance, and I'm going to just breathe. Okay, good. So we've got the Four of Coins with the Nine of Swords. Now, the Four of Coins is a solid card. All fours are. They're foundations. And this is about your money and security, whether you feel grounded, stable, safe, secure. And with it being with the Nine of Swords is indicating that perhaps you haven't. You felt as if everything is a little bit hairy, scary. The Nine of Swords is a card of sleepless nights, of stress, anxiety, worry. Have you been worrying about money? Are you worrying about your mortgage, your rent? Are you worrying about putting food on the table? Because the Four of Coins says there is enough, but we can very easily fall into that lack mentality, and that just creates more lack mentality. So we've got to get out of that mindset. And I know it's not easy. I spent a lot of years very poor, I promise you, and I literally know what it's like to be in that energy of lack and struggle, and life is hard. And then guess what? That's what you keep experiencing until we can get out of that thinking. So you are being invited with this eclipse, because that's what that tower is, all right? The eclipse, what's the eclipse? Eclipsing out. What's it allowing to fall away? Let's let the anxiety go. Let's let it go, and let's look at it from a different perspective, right? That was then, this is now. I'm aligning with something better. I'm forgiving myself for, being in that mindset. I understand it, but it's not where I want to be now, and it's not where I want to be going forward. I want to be in victory. I want to be in success. I want to feel amazing. I want to be in harmony and balance, and I want all good things. So I'm going to allow the tower to fall on anything or anyone or any situation that's causing me stress and anxiety. I'm going to allow it to fall on any lack mentality of struggle if there's not enough. Because the Four of Coins, he has got enough, but he's scared that there's no more coming, so he kind of holds tight onto what he has. And this isn't just about money. You might be holding tight onto a friendship, a relationship, even though it's not very good for you, because you're scared of being on your own, or you're scared you can't manage without them, even if they're toxic. It's like, no, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. And as I let go, I step into this victory energy, and I allow what needs to go to fall away. And then I step into this King of Cups. This is you, Pisces. This is water energy. It's power. He's a king. He's in charge, and he's in charge of his emotions. So he's feeling, we're in that feeling of our heart, of our emotions, of our energy, in the emotional flow. He's very emotionally mature. He's not tears and tantrums. He's calm. He'll take a deep breath. He'll be able, from a place of compassion and love, to forgive. They can't help being an idiot. I'm just going to let that go. Yeah. I'm really sorry they're in such a bad space. Nothing to do with me. I'm going to let that go. That's the King of Cups. So if we can step into that King of Cups energy and look at life through a different lens, that's the Hanging Man. When we look at things upside down, they look very different. All right? They look upside down, funnily enough, but everything looks different. This is about surrender. Stop fighting, rail against. They shouldn't have said this. That's not right. That shouldn't have happened. Well, it did happen. Let's stop railing against and fighting, and let's let go, surrender. Look at it upside down, inside out, from a place of loving compassion and forgiveness, and we can't find that we get into this harmony and balance, and we can breathe again. And once we're in that good space, then we can manifest from that place of feeling good, and then we attract more good. All right? So that's what I have for you. Let's finish off with an angel card or two. What do you have for my Pisces that you want to add, please? This is the Oracle of the Angels, by the way. Okay. We have light and higher consciousness. This is it. You see, we're looking at things from a higher place, from a higher perspective. It's the number one. Let me get it to focus. Thank you very much. There we are. Right, she is in her highest self. She's in her highest mind. She's in her highest expression of herself. She is totally at one with herself, in peace, in harmony. She's in balance with the universe, the planets around her. As we step into this higher consciousness, we see everything from a higher perspective. And then that lower stuff can just fall away as we step into the light. I am allowing the light to shine in and around me. I am focusing on the light within my life. not the darkness. Yes, of course, we'll have some darkness. Most of us will have ups and downs. We'll have good days and bad days. We'll have good and bad moments within a day. But we can choose to focus on all the dark moments, or we can choose to focus on the light. Yeah? It's one of the things I was recording this morning. I've been at this all day today. And the sun came out briefly. You know, literally about 2 minutes, the sun came out, filled the room with sunlight, and I made a comment. I think I was doing Libra's video at the time. And I said, oh, the sun's come out. First time I think it's come out in 3 weeks. We've had nothing but rain in the UK for weeks and weeks now, all of September. But I haven't sort of focused on 3 weeks worth of rain. I focused on 1 minute of sunlight because it just filled the room and filled me. And so what are we choosing to focus on? So I want you to focus on the light, my beautiful Pisces, and trust that whatever is falling away for you, not to you. So we open up to that higher consciousness and allow ourselves to let go. Okay? So my beautiful people, that's what I have for you for this little short bonus for the end of September. I'll be back every Friday with a collective reading, as you know, and I'll be back with another one for you for October's general guidance around the end of the month or the beginning of October. So I will see you then. All right. You have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Bye-bye.